Welcome to Transparency Files, the ICPC's weekly television program. In our previous edition, we highlighted individuals whose honesty and integrity are beacons for society. Today, we continue that journey exploring the positive impact of exemplary behavior in the fight against corruption. I am your host, Hawasani Garba, and we are still celebrating our integrity icons.
Thank you for joining us on Transparency Files. My name is Joy Aja with Anti-Corruption Stories. The chairman of ICPC, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu SAN, has reaffirmed his commitment to support the Service Compact with All Nigerians, Servicom, in ensuring effective service delivery to the nation. Dr. Aliyu made this known during an advocacy visit to the Commission's headquarters by Servicom, led by its National Coordinator and Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Nnenna Akajimeli. According to the ICPC chairman, the quality of governance is determined by the quality of services delivered to citizens and the extent to which these services meet their expectations.
At least those of us at the helm of leadership, there is need for us to know that we are working for Nigerians. And we should know that power is transient. You can never be powerful life. And there is need for us to try to encourage those who are giving us services that we should support them. We should ensure that we encourage them to do what they're supposed to do, not to stampede them because we are in power. Because if you build good service delivery in public sector, you will one day use it. If you are on top of government office today, tomorrow you'll be out.
Speaking at the meeting, the National Coordinator of Servicom, Mrs. Akajimeli, expressed appreciation to the Commission for its bold initiatives aimed at improving law enforcement in the fight against corruption and other related offenses in the country. The National Coordinator said the visit was to improve the Commission's public service delivery by building the capacity of the management through training and to demonstrate how services can be improved in practice.
Looking at what you do, the investigation and all you do for the people. And so Servicom focuses on improving the quality of this contact you have with your stakeholders, working with you as ICPC to ensure that indeed the feedback we get, the commendation, sometimes complaints such as the one I'm doing now. If I didn't have this experience, I won't get. So my feedback should help improve some of the processes and systems around this and then help you contribute in terms of what can be done to better protect Nigerians from falling prey to these horrible people who are busy stealing from us. And so for ICPC, achieving quality service is no longer a choice, especially given the fact that Nigerians are rightfully entitled to expect quality service from what you do here.
A major highlight of the visit was the naming of the ICPC chairman as Servicom ambassador by the National Coordinator, Mrs. Nnenna Akajimeli. In another development, ICPC has reconstituted its Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, marking a significant step in its ongoing efforts to combat corruption. The inauguration ceremony, which held at the Commission's headquarters recently, saw the newly appointed executive members take their oath of office. During the ceremony, ICPC Chairman Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu SAN charged the newly inaugurated AXA members to diligently pursue the mandate assigned to them. He emphasized that the unit's primary role was to promote transparency and accountability within the system of the Commission.
This act within the Commission underscores our commitment to leading by example in the fight against corruption as an agency dedicated to eradicating corruption in this country. It is imperative that we uphold the highest standard of ethical conduct within our own ranks. Act 2 will serve as an internal watchdog, ensuring that we remain transparent in our dealings and accountable to the public we serve. Your role in this after inauguration as the Act 2 members is crucial, and your support is invaluable. Today, as we inaugurate this unit, we are fulfilling more than just a procedural requirement. We pledge to ourselves and the Nigerian people that the ICPC will continue to be a beacon of integrity, and ACTU will play a crucial role in monitoring, reporting, and preventing unethical practices within the Commission.
In his welcome address, the Acting Director of the System Study and Review Department of ICPC, Mr. Olusegun Adigun, affirmed that the newly elected officers were carefully selected from various departments for their proven integrity, and expressed the confidence that they would effectively contribute to creating a more corruption-free environment. The newly appointed chairman of the unit, Mr. Michael Adeshola, expressed his team's gratitude to the Commission in his acceptance speech and pledged their commitment to upholding transparency and diligence in carrying out their duties. That will be all on this segment. Transparency Files continues with Hawa. Please stay with us.
If you are just tuning in, welcome to Transparency Files. Over the years, the Commission has emphasized the importance of working closely with partners in the anti-corruption space to broaden the reach and effectiveness of its efforts. Our team contacted Imam Fuad Adeyemi of Al-Habibiyya organization to shed light on the significance of recognizing and rewarding citizens who have stood firm against corruption. Let's hear his thoughts.
From a religious angle, the best preaching is by example. If you want people to change and do so many things, do it, and those who are doing it, support them, promote them, identify them, and support them, and you promote them. We all know that our country, we are facing a lot of challenges now. The young ones, they do not have anybody in person as a role model. They do not see anybody that is doing something good that they could say, I want to be like this one. It becomes important in the life of any community that wants to grow that you should be able to identify people with integrity, people with hard work, people with transparency, people who have made it through hard work, through transparency, and who are doing the right thing and they have made it. We should identify and promote people with integrity. When we do that, we're actually helping the community, we're helping the society, and we're helping the young people to grow, because most people these young people see as role model today are people who are not contributing anything in particular into the community. The religious leader were actually the one who should be able to do that. We're the one who should be able that our judgment, people should be able to trust it. The way we talk, the way we preach, we should not only be celebrating people who perhaps we do not know their source of wealth and their source of income. Greet them, thank them. But when you see somebody that is doing little, you have to bring that one out, let him come into the forefront, praise him, support him, pray for him. In public, everybody will want to see that, no, this is what our pastor has said, this is what our mom has said, is the right thing to be done, is the way to do things. It means other people they will follow what you have said. Then when a pastor, when an imam, a religious leader is saying it, Even those who are in offices, they want to emulate what their pastor has done, what their imam has done. They want to replicate it.
We also spoke to another clergyman, Reverend Father Ihusani, who delved into the psychological impact of recognizing integrity on society and how anti-graft agencies can leverage this for the benefit of Nigeria.
Human beings often copy what is celebrated. Whatever you celebrate in society, whatever value you celebrate, you get more of it. You can see that in recent decades in this country, those who have money are celebrated. Those who have money are applauded. So what do you see among our young people? Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo Plus. Anything to make money, because what society has been celebrating are money bags. And it doesn't matter where you get the money from, just as long as you have money. Therefore, if we want to promote the opposite, meaning if we want to promote people of integrity, people of honesty, people whose word is their bond, people who are trustworthy, if you want to promote it in the society, then you need to constantly showcase those who are models in these good values, these lasting values, people of character. You need to promote them. Even here, Luke Sterra Leadership Foundation, the first few years, our work was on what must we do to fight corruption. We produced a documentary on the cost of corruption to the Nigerian people. We did everything. Then we began to say, wait a minute, perhaps we need to do the opposite. We actually changed our nomenclature from fighting corruption to promoting integrity. So our writings and our speeches in the last few years has been more of promoting integrity. So we go to the schools we are working with, whether it is the Islamic Academy in Madala or St. Peter's College in Kefi. What we are doing is to say all the quotes that we place in the various strategic places, the images we show are towards encouraging people to be people of integrity. The awards we give out are awards for honesty, for honest behavior. So it means we moved away from negative approach to this problem. We took a positive approach. If your camera just pans on these images behind me,
Yes.
they are 48 Nigerians from the north to the south, from the east to the west, Muslims, Christians, male, female, who have distinguished themselves in their private life and in their public life in integrity, in honesty. Beginning from somebody who is 84 years old, Professor Oluito, Funsho Oluito, who made a vow, a commitment to be a person of honesty in 1957 when he was 17 years old, 1957. And he has kept to that vow that anything called dishonesty, called corruption, will never be heard about him. Now, we need to source for these people. Barrister Mike Igini that many people heard about, who was a commissioner for INEC commissioner, and who stood his ground that, hey, somebody who was involved in corruption with regards to election, he made sure that the person was prosecuted, no matter how high the person was. And we have many other people who have distinguished themselves both in private and in public life. Many of them are here. So we let the people know that if Nigeria is going to be better, these are the kind of human beings to celebrate. That's one. Two, we will look for funding, invite these people to go speak to these young people in these schools. That they visit, and then they tell these people about their life, the effort they made in their life, and that they are happy. Many of them told us, I am poor, but I am happy because I sleep with a good conscience. Good. So let these young people know that these people who have tried to live a life of integrity, they are happy, even if they are not materially successful in terms of wealth in Nigeria.
you're welcome, sir. How is the journey?
Fine, officer. I work.
We thank God. From where to where?
From Koaga to Kogwa.
Okay, can I take a look at your papers, please?
Use this one by Cook, officer.
This is not what I asked for. Just your particulars, please. Your particulars are okay. Okay, sir. Have a nice journey.
So we still have officers that act professionally in this country.
Yes, we do. This country would have been heaven on earth if everyone out here acts true to their professional calling and in strict compliance with due process. See how the officer conducted himself. This is what we should strive to do at all times.
And I do you talk, Baba, this country for better if everyone they do their job professionally. But the truth is, some officers they see their job as chance to chop from government and chop from the masses.
That's true. But you say if you should not give bribe, just make sure your papers are in order.
Yes, that's right. We can all be agents of change and make a positive difference in our communities by doing the right thing always. This message is brought to you by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission.
Thank you for staying with us on Transparency Files. Public perception is crucial in shaping the global and national view of corruption. We took to the streets to gather opinions on how recognizing integrity can inspire others to follow suit and make ethical choices.
First of all, we have to know what integrity is all about. It's an act of being honest, having moral justification for whatever you do, doing what is right and at the right time. It's necessary to celebrate people of integrity because it will make others to follow suit. When you see that others that are of integrity are being celebrated, you want to be celebrated. Every human being wants to be celebrated. So it will make you to follow suit. And it's good when somebody is when you celebrate them, it will make people to do the right thing at the right time.
It's important to celebrate people of good value because that encourages others to also know that good values are worth it, that morals are still good, integrity, being truthful in all things and being diligent in whatever you do. That is worth it. If you don't celebrate them, then the younger generation will say, why do I need to, keep to these good values? Yes, it's important to celebrate people of good value more than we celebrate any other thing.
Integrity is something that is very encouraged. As a Christian, I'm speaking from a point of view. Saying what you want to, saying what you mean, and doing what you say is extremely important. Going against that just spoils the society. And right now, given that we are on the up and growing, Nigeria is improving and become a society we want to live in, is something we encourage people to be. Be someone of integrity. Be someone that people want to look up to. We need role models in the current situation we find ourselves. People of exemplary character, exemplary lifestyle, people to look up to, people we want to be like. And also, for humanity's sake, the beauty of living is living something after you've left. And so having a life of integrity just makes you set apart.
Well, by acknowledging and celebrating integrity, it will make the younger generations and also others to emulate. Most importantly, it will help shift focus from corruption to integrity. And then it will also enhance transparency and accountability among the community members. And then it will enhance trust among the community members equally.
I am a Nigerian, a highly cultured race. My culture abhors corruption, and with my integrity, a new Nigeria is possible. I say no to corruption today to build a future for my children. Join me and imbibe the culture of integrity to build a Nigeria of our dreams.
You are still watching Transparency Files. As we have seen, integrity always pays off. By embracing moral uprightness, each one of us has the power to make a lasting difference for the greater good. The question remains, are you ready to make that change today? Before we wrap up today's edition, here's an update on activities from our state offices.
Report from Lagos State reveals that the Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Lagos State Command, Patrick Dong Devo, led a team on a courtesy visit to ICPC to seek greater collaboration between the two agencies at the state level to ensure corruption is reduced to the barest minimum. The delegation was received by the resident anti-corruption commissioner, Barrister Kabir Elelu, who charged the officers of the FRSC to contribute their quota by effectively performing their duties through integrity and accountability. The resident anti-corruption commissioner, Rivers State, Mrs. Ekere Usiere, has reaffirmed ICPC's commitment to the port reform initiative implemented through the Presidential Port Standing Tax Team. She made this known during a courtesy visit to ICPC by the Director of Stakeholder Relation, Mrs. Cynthia Akpomudiare, and Maritime Consultant, Mr. Moses Fadipe, both of the Convention on Business Integrity. Mr. Jonathan Obatola, the lead monitor, Kimpact Development Initiative, led a team to ICPC Ondo to express the organization's interest in partnering with ICPC, particularly in the areas of election monitoring, to ensure a transparent, credible, and corruption-free electoral process. The delegation was received by the resident anti-corruption commissioner, Mr. Kayode O. Kupolati. He reiterated the Commission's ongoing efforts in tackling vote buying and other election-related offences through rigorous prosecution and public enlightenment campaigns. Coming from Imo State, Mrs. Chinwe Egbeocha of Public Enlightenment and Education Department sensitized the staff of National Health Insurance Authority and advised them to shun corruption and render effective service to the public. And from Katsina State, Chairman of the ICPC, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu, SAN, represented by the resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner, Mahdi Muhammad Lawal, inaugurated Anti-Corruption Transparent Unit members of the Federal Teaching Hospital, Katsina. He urged members to discharge their duties according to established laws and in accordance with the hospital rules as well.
And that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to watch Transparency Files every Friday at 6:30 p.m. on the NTA Network and International. Join us again next week for another insightful edition. And remember, honesty will always be the best policy. Until next time, I am Hawasani Garba saying bye for now.